going to talk about field research. So field research is where you can do an interview research project and get a little bit more information about different companies and different types of jobs. This is great if you're not really sure what you'd like to do yet and you're still searching. It is also a great networking opportunity for you to meet new people. So taking a look at this, there is a couple of different parts to this project. You're going to look at 5 different individuals working in different fields or companies. It's 3 of them have to be done in person. You can do 2 over the phone. I've had a few people do it via email. It's not quite as interactive, but at least 3 of them have to be in person. Create 2 open-ended questions. Do not ask why questions for each of the business management program outcomes. So that's attached to the back. You're going to ask the interviewer these questions. So make sure that they're open-ended. It says do not ask why. I think part of that is like, well, why do you do this or why do you do that? That seems to put people a little bit on the defensive. So you can say explain the thought process in making this decision or something like that, as opposed to, well, why did you do that? So it just sounds better, I think. So that is one thing. So in the questions, they should be open-ended. You should be asking a total of 12 questions. So 4 open-ended questions after 2 questions for each of the program outcomes equal 12 total questions. The interview probably is going to take you about an hour. Most people don't have more than that to give you. Do not write all of your questions at once. Sometimes you just kind of get a block. So it's nice to give yourself a little bit of space, write a few questions, come back to it, and maybe you'll come up with something even better the next time. So don't just like cram it all into one day and rush. The research piece of it, select 5 companies you'd like to work for, and think of people that you know and where they work, because you might be able to connect with people that way. So I usually tell people to make a list of the companies they're interested in, and then think of all the people you know who work there or have family members who work there, and then start to build your contacts from that list, and that will help you get these questions answered. Okay? After you've done that, you're going to do a little bit of research on the company, and you're going to write 1 full page on each of the companies you selected. So you're going to do research on the company. What do they do? How many people do they employ? What service offerings do they offer their customers? You know, that type of thing. What are their goals? And then you'll schedule appointments. So you'll need to schedule appointments with the manager, explain to them what you're doing and why you're doing it, and get that interview day scheduled. So this I would do earlier than later, because if you wait too late, they might not be able to get you in time for the due date. So make sure you schedule those appointments ahead of time. At the actual appointment, think of it as an interview, like you're being interviewed. So dress professionally, come a few minutes early, bring your resume in case they ask. This is a chance for you to get your foot in the door as well. So ask your questions. Don't feel like you have to write down all of their answers. You can wait till you get back in your car to take some of those notes down. Turn your cell phone off, be professional, all of that kind of stuff. Get a signed and dated business card from your manager that you meet with. If they don't have one, you could just write down their contact information on a sheet of paper and have them sign that. That works too. I would make sure that you take down and reflect on the interview right after. So fill in any of the spots that maybe you didn't write down during the interview, get more details written down so that when you put this all together, it's so much easier to do. The thank you letters, send a thank you letter to the manager you met with. This should be done the same day of the appointment or the latest the next day. So tailor the thank yous to the appointment, including at least 2 sentences directly related to what you learned during the appointment about the company or department. So thank them and format them properly. Do not do like a text message. It should be written out. You can, in some cases, email if it's more appropriate to email, but put all of that into the report. So the report itself is going to be typed up. Basically, it's question and answer. The first page of each section is going to be your 1-page summary of the company, and then your questions and answers, your thank you letter, and your business card. So you'll do that 5 different times for each of the companies, and at the end, you'll write a reflection paper, 2 full pages, single-spaced, on each of the interviews and what you thought and a reflection of how they went and maybe where you'll take it from here. Okay. This also can be done electronically. You can scan those business cards, you can scan the thank you cards, you can put it all into a PDF and submit it to me in Blackboard as well. Okay, or you can do it in a portfolio, have it look professional and turn it in to me at work. Again, just shoot me a message when you've got that complete. This also doesn't have, it's got to be in by August 10th, but you could get this all done in June if you wanted to. So if you want to get it out of the way, get it out of the way. That would be my recommendation. You still do have to do the syllabus test and 2 updates, and then the program outcomes and the examples of different things you might be able to ask about are listed afterwards. If you have any questions, please let me know.